A lot of people like the way we show the reality of life on a boat. The reality of living on a boat is that sometimes you have accidents, and I'm sure you've all heard about that in the previous stories. So yeah, that's making it extra difficult because I'm doing everything one-handed. But as usual, in true mothership style, we keep smiling and we always think things could be worse. That's my new motto.
You and me, we're family. The bond that we share is as deep as the sea. No matter how rough things may come to be, you and me, we're family.
Every day we do school about at 9. I'm doing English because I finished maths.
For schooling today, it's stories, so I just have to write loads of openings of stories.
So this is about life in Martinique on a boat, but not a typical week because every week is different. As you can see, Woody's in the dinghy, and he's got water canisters that we need to fill up and some bags of washing. Also, we're in a new bay, so it's always like trying to find things for the first time. So we've found the laundry, we think. We don't know whether there's bins there. We know we can get some water there. We're not sure how much it costs. We have got a water maker, but the amount of water that the kids use, especially a teenager, we just can't keep up with the water consumption.
So it's been a busy week, and it's Friday already, and things have kind of caught up on us a bit quickly. Hopefully get everything back on an even keel after Arenka's injury, and get the weekend started.
So on this end of the bay in Martinique, at the Bay of St Anne, there's this kind of like holiday resort place, and you can come here and use the laundrettes, the wash machines. It's quite expensive, the wash machines. 14 kilograms, it's €11 just for a wash, and €7 for the 7 kilogram one.
The fresh water, which is 20 cents for 10 litres.
If you go down below, you don't want to carry it down the hill, there's the kind of water park place, the aqua park, and they charge 30 cents for 10 litres. So the upside, is that you can get washing done and you can get water. The downside is that while you imagine you might get your washing done and collect your water and then have a nice beer as your washing's going round, which we did, you get attacked by the sandflies down at the bar there. They're really, like, they're tiny, you can't see them, and they nibble at you. And up here, if you decide to wait up here and read a book, you get attacked by mosquitoes. So neither option is as romantic as you imagine it might be.
The boys have been helping out, and now they're just down the beach chilling out. So a bit different to a rainy January washing day in England, because we've got the beach. It's very nice. But even in the paradise, we've still got to do the regular chores. And so I've got to get these back to the boat now before it starts to rain and we can get them dried out. And also before the ash cloud starts coming over from the volcano and cover it all in grey soot.
This morning they're warning of pyroclastic flows, which means if you are sailing down there, stay well offshore. Those things are out of control, and not that volcanoes are ever in control, but they travel at about 200 miles an hour, and if you're in the path, you get instantly toasted and you won't have time to get away.
So we've been warned of volcanic ash being blown over from St Vincent over to Martinique, and there's some quite stormy weather on the way, so it's bringing quite a lot. And already we've had the first rainfall, and the deck is getting covered in a mild layer of ash.
That Martinique is very, very likely to see some ash fallout late today and overnight into tomorrow. Over. Martinique government is arranging for ships to take tons of supplies to St Vincent, and the first ship is being loaded.
cleaning is one of those things that, you know, you try and do whenever you can really. Haven't got set time, but just seems to be a moment where the kids are getting on with stuff, so taking the opportunity to give the boat a little bit of a clean. I'm doing this in my bikini because I'm hoping we can get our comments back. The thing that's bugging me is I have lots of these little tiny like mites that I see in the bilges, and they've started spreading a bit more, and I find them sometimes in some of the food cupboards. They're not weevils because they're smaller than that. I think they're kind of like dust mites or something. So I've been hoovering a lot and cleaning and starting off like that, but someone's told me this recipe which is a mixture of boric acid, milk powder and sugar, and you mix it up into kind of little balls or whatever, or capsules, and you spread that around, and the idea is that the mites or the bugs or whatever they are eat them, and then they kind of eventually die. So today that's what I'm trying to do, mix this up and spread it around the boat.
We wash up all of our cutlery and our plates in salt water, and then we rinse it after in fresh water.
Finally got the kids off on the kayak over to their friends on the pontoon. If there's a special occasion, we love teaming up with other boat families and friends to celebrate. And sometimes the kids just like to muck about on their Optimist dinghy.
So every day there's a bit of maintenance to do, and even if there's nothing's broken, I try and get a bit of preventative maintenance done. But it just happens today that when I was in the engine bay doing the water maker, the bilge pump went off and started spraying water all over the engine bay, which is an obvious sign that the diaphragm has gone. So this was the diaphragm I pulled off, and as you can see, there's a massive hole in it. So I've just replaced that. But once I've done this, I've got some wiring to do in the nav. I've got to put the new autopilot, I've got to wire the new autopilot in, and then I've got to fix a roll-up on the dinghy. So that's probably going to take the best part of the afternoon.
And if you don't keep on top of the maintenance, you can end up like one of these boats.
There's a lot of boats that have been here for years, and a lot of them are unoccupied, and so the anchors and the chains are not exactly in top notch, and the winds swung round quite violently, about 90 degrees, and so it's testing the chains and the anchors on a lot of these boats. So we're just a bit worried because we're in the middle of it all that one of them is going to drag onto us. There's a particular one over there that the Coast Guard keeps coming and pumping out. It's got a rusted bottom and there's holes in it, and every now and again they just rescue it, they pump the water out, but they just leave it there, and it's kind of swinging around on its mooring, and and as it swings around, everybody behind it starts to get a little bit worried because they're just worried it's going to slip its mooring and head towards them.
It is 1/3 full of water, so it is quite urgent. I will send you a photograph after the net, over.
So it's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so we've got the sun high in the sky, so we've got maximum solar energy coming in. So I've got the water maker running, got the bread maker on for a loaf of bread for lunchtime, we should be ready in about half an hour. And I just need to test the water. There's that one. To check the quality's alright, because it's going up and down quite a lot at the moment. So yeah, it's under 500 parts per million, so we will put that in the tank. It's good.
And also with the solar, I'm using a solder to make this. I did it. I made a mat.
So So apart from in the galley, there's always a never-ending list of jobs to do in the engine bay.
So yeah, the problem is the small wire going to the starter motor was really frayed badly. I guess that's a problem we're going to have with old boats, is like the wire is kind of fraying and getting old and moisture's getting in there. So luckily it was quite an easy fix. But the exciting thing about being down here is you never know when the lid's going to slam down shut on you because the strut's gone as well. So it's always adds to a bit of excitement.
Finding spare parts is never an easy task, although they do have lots of chandleries in Le Marin, which is just a dinghy ride away.
I found my next yacht. So if you're ever curious about how your super yacht gets delivered, this is the way. There's been quite a few transport ships coming in over the last few days. It's been quite interesting watching them getting the boats on and off these kind of transport ships.
So in St Anne there's a little church, and behind the church there's this walk. Right, so this morning me and Rowan are going up Jesus' Hill, as they call it. And as you go up, there's 7 levels at first, and you're supposed to think about the people that are homeless, that are sick, that have no clothing, that are hungry, isolated. At the top you get a really good view of the little bay in St Anne, so it's really worth a walk up here. The teens do it every week. We're going to a harp concert on the boat. Somebody's going to play the harp. A lot of people wonder how cruisers manage to earn their money. So in this family, the mother plays the harp and she invites cruisers to come and listen to her playing once a week. So all the cruisers come in their dinghies and they tie them off on the back of the boat to enjoy the music, and at the end of the concerts they make a donation. So that is how this family managed to survive. Today it's very early, it's Saturday and it's 7 o'clock and we're going for our first walk on Martinique. Quite excited.
So the Caribbean, as beautiful as it is, has got a bit of a reputation for thefts off dinghies, and well, thefts off dinghies and boats, and thefts of dinghies. So we've noticed that everywhere we've gone, all of the dinghy docks, everybody's chained up. And in fact, there was just a theft the other day. Somebody's fuel tank got nicked off their boat. So it's just a reminder that we've got to be extra vigilant, because we've lost our dinghy once and we don't want to lose it again. What's down there?
It's a crab in a hole.
We'll have to try and coax it out. It's like a weird slide. Oi, it's pinching me.
I mean, these early morning walks are kind of arranged by cruisers all over the world, really. But here it was really useful because we got to meet loads of people who have been here for quite a few years, some of them. So we picked up all the information about SIM cards, shops, repairs, best places to go, cheapest places to go. So it's been really nice, and we had a fantastic swim, our first swim in the Caribbean actually, on a pristine white sandy beach. We got wiped out by the waves, which was really fun. And it's been really nice. We just suddenly feel like we've kind of come home, you know, because we've come home to this kind of cruising community. And these cruising communities are kind of dotted all around the world. and it's like you're part of a big family. It's really nice. It's just a nice feeling, and it's very useful as well.
I think that's going to be a regular Saturday thing for us, get our legs stretched and a bit of exercise.
Every morning we do school at 11, 11 or 10.
A big thanks for watching, and especially thanks to our patrons who make these videos possible. If you'd like to become part of the Patreon family, then follow the link in the description below, or just put Mothership Adrift Patreon and I'll take you to the right place.
You and me, we're family.
We would really love to hear from you, so if you'd like to leave comments, then go to our Facebook page or Instagram, or even to our Patreon page where you can connect to us immediately. And don't forget to check out our new t-shirt designs available on our merchandise store.
I'll stay by your side.